Hi, in this video I will be giving a quick introduction into answering the question, what is accounting? So to get straight into it, what we can first do is we can divide accounting into two elements when we're thinking of what it actually is. So the first of these is going to be recording and the second is summarising. So what do we mean by these two elements of accounting? Well, our first one, recording, and I say first because this is the first step in accounting, and then we move on to summarising once we've done our recording. But our first step, recording, is where we record our transactions in real time to provide up-to-date information. So as and when a business buys something, sells something, or just is involved in a certain transaction, we make a record of this as it happens, and then we have some records, some accounting records of everything that the business has done over a certain time period. And once we have a record of this, we can move on to step 2, which is summarising. So we take all of our transactions which we recorded and we summarise them to provide information about the company as a whole. So we obviously need a record of our transactions before we can summarise them. And in those summaries, we can then compile financial statements, which is the final point that I've got down here, is that we use these summaries to compile a number of financial statements. And this is what we tend to look at as outside observers when we think of what an accountant does, is they compile a statement of profit or loss, and they compile a statement of financial position. And there are a number of other statements and various things that an accountant can produce, but they do it by conducting these two, well, they seem like simple steps. They can take a lot of work, and for example, the recording of transactions, we could have hundreds and thousands of transactions that need to be recorded, and it can be quite a complicated process to do this and then to summarize it to come up with a financial statement. And our financial statements, they will show different things. So in our statement of profit or loss, we can have income and expenditure in this, and this is showing us our income and expenditure over a period of time, whereas our statement of financial position is exactly this. It's our position at a point in time, so this is sort of like a snapshot. But again, this is just a quick introduction into what it is accounting, and I will in a future video get into what these specific statements are, what sort of transactions we look at, and what sort of summaries we have in our financial statements. But so this was just a brief introduction to accounting and how we have recording and summarising in order to get information about a company. So if this was at all useful, please do drop a like. Make sure to check out the playlist for the future videos on accounting and subscribe to add some econ to your subscription feed.